Bureau now continues our relentless coverage and relentless focus on the Mumbai activist who was manhandled by Mumbai police just because he raised voice against felling off a heritage tree. In fact, this incident happened over the weekend, and we also spoke to the activist in question, Abhay Aazaad, who said that Mumbaikars should not feel scared at all and should raise their voices against any kind of atrocity and also against felling of trees. In fact, the activist was briefly detained also by the Mumbai police after being manhandled when he tried to stop the cops from cutting the tree. Let's listen into that conversation first.
We are being joined by Abhay Aazaad. Abhay, please tell us what happened yesterday and how exactly Mumbai police, behaved with you and why were you detained?
Basically, we have a Save Trees group, and I received a photo. This particular tree is being cut. Since I live nearby, I came on my bicycle to just check what is going on. Why are they hacking the tree? And as soon as I show up, I see they are doing it in a very rampant fashion. And which really hurt me that, and I questioned the authorities, please show me the permissions and all. In a very polite manner, I requested them. There was a lot of noise and sound, and I see cops were also present. They were doing the job of cutting the tree. So on looking at the permission letter, I see that this particular letter is outdated. It's from 2018, and it so happens the coincidence that I had personally, and along with me Zoru Batena as well the other tree activists we had personally given objections at Baikala Tree Garden Department, and it was very shocking for us to see that this tree being chopped down suddenly it was too shocking for us as a citizen. So I questioned with the cop, and sir, please stop this. They don't have the right validity for the cutting of the tree, and on my request, he said, you are obstructing the government work, the municipal work, and basically you are an hindrance to all this. So please don't obstruct this. And so in that, basically I said in requesting, he said you are obstructing, and then they took me in the vehicle. Basically, they detained me for 3 hours.
Now, after that, once that video made rounds on social media, Mumbai Police tweeted by saying that the issue is resolved now.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means. What that means, can you tell us that whether it is resolved or not? And what do they mean by saying that it's resolved?
They are saying that it is my misconduct personally, but I don't see for no rhyme or reason. If citizen today will not really raise a voice against anything which is illegal happening on the road, and for the tree, today even our environment minister is saying that that nature is important, environment is important, and we should save the trees and forests and everything, and all this good information which is going among the citizens. A citizen will think and he will go and save the tree. But if you are going to threaten the citizen, and if citizens, obviously when I showed up, the citizens seemed to be very helpless. And they were in fear, and what can we do? Unless you don't raise a voice today, they are not going to stop anything, and it was very mercilessly and ruthlessly done.
In fact, you just heard the activist who was manhandled just because he raised his voice against the Mumbai police because they were cutting a heritage tree in Vele Pale area. And he also detailed as to how the permission that has been cited by Mumbai police has several discrepancies. In fact, one more environment activist and Mumbai localite, Jude D'Souza, claims that police is being misled by an old permission letter. In fact, he claimed that this is not in jurisdiction for Mumbai civic body, rather only collector can permit to reposition or cut the tree.
We are right now being joined by Mr. Jude D'Souza. Sir, I would like to start with you, and I would request you to tell our viewers what exactly is this about. Why do you and all the other activists and the people of the Gauntan believe that this was an illegal trimming?
Firstly, the trimming as such and the cutting and the hacking of the tree is what is the right word to use, is basically on account of what we believe pressure being put on the MCGM to widen this road so as to eat into the Gautan, displace the citizens of the Gautan, so as to put undue duress on the citizens, the aborigine citizens, the residents of the Gautan, to give up their land rights. This is the crux of the matter, which will come out after the public hearing, which is scheduled to be held sometime in the coming week. Now, what happened yesterday was, when I got to know that there are people come out here, and I live within the Gautan, when I came to know that there are people who have come here to cut the tree, I approached the police and came here with the police van with Mr. Bhosle. And I then explained to Mr. Bhosle that the police are being misled to believe that the permission that they showed the police is a legitimate permission. The permission dated 2018. Since then, there has been a PIL number 55/2020, and this Gautan comes under that particular protection. There's a stay. Nobody is supposed to touch anything on any heritage precinct. The tree as such does not belong to the MCGM or the BMC. It is in the Gautan land and hence belongs to the collector. If there is any permission needed to reposition this tree, cut this tree or trim this tree, the permission has to be sought from the collector. So I tried to explain to the police that the BMC is misleading you, but that fell on deaf ears, and the tree continued to be hacked.
In fact, we also spoke to several local residents in the Juhu area of Mumbai and about this entire incident, what exactly happened. And residents claim that they had not seen any notice placed on the tree in question. Take a listen.
Did you see any such notice? Did you or anybody else get a chance to actually respond to it, raise an objection to it?
Okay, as far as the notice is concerned, apparently in 2018, which is more than 4 years ago, there apparently was a notice here, but that is totally outdated. Post that, there have been many meetings that we have had with them where we have typically questioned them. Letters have been sent, emails have been sent to them as to is there anything. Nothing, there's no response. As far as this tree hacking is concerned, which happened yesterday, there was no notice whatsoever. No notice whatsoever, whether on the tree or to any of the residents here, not even to the adjoining residents. There's no notice whatsoever. Now, moreover, this tree does not belong to MCGM in any manner. It comes under the property of the Gautan. If you see this pole, right? This pole is the demarcation which says that this is Miskita Street. This Gautan is made up of primarily 3 streets. Miskita Street, which is this, Gonsalves Street and Fernandez Street. Now, this pole was here. The tree was behind this pole, which clearly demarcates that this is within the property of the Gautan. So, but illegally, if you see on the tree, which is hacked over there, there's a number 1 put there, which they have no right to put that number 1 also on that. Because this is a private property. This is a private tree.
So these are the reasons that these residents, and some of them are activists as well, believe that this particular tree trimming, or as they are calling it, hacking of this tree, was illegal. We are also joined by a resident. So you live here only. You saw what happened yesterday. If you can explain to us that was there any, because police is claiming that Abhay ended up misbehaving with the cops and that's why they had to take that extreme step?
Yes, I do live here. This is the first house. My name is Carl. And every time we go, because this tree, it's a people tree. It's very holy tree believed by people. So we used to always request for the tree to be trimmed. But we were never getting permission from BMC, saying they cannot trim it. Over here, this is daylight killing, where yesterday they came without any notice, just chopped it off. They even tried to uproot the tree, forget cutting. And yes, because I lived here, I seen Abhay being just talking to the police, just telling them, stop this work, because it's illegal. Give us papers which shows you have the permission. What they do, they take him in, you must have seen the videos, they take him inside a police vehicle.
पहले ही वो चला था कि हाँ ये कटेगा, कटिंग में जा रहा है, ऐसा कुछ बताया था कि कटिंग में सब जा रहा है, ट्रेन का ट्रक आ रहा है इधर, ट्रेन की पटरी। तो कल वो लोग आए, आके उन्होंने काम चालू करा, तो वो सर आए फिर बाद में। वो सर बोले भाई किसने काटा, क्यों काटा है, वो किसके पास परमिशन है। 3 स्टार सर थे, तो उन्होंने जो है उनसे बात करी। बीएमसी के 2, एक मैडम थी, एक जेंट्स था।
They say that by looking at the rings on the chopped trunk of a tree, one can tell how old the tree was. Now this is the chopped trunk of a 60-year-old peepal tree which was chopped by BMC yesterday in Mumbai's Ville Parle area. People of the area, people of Ville Parle, Gauthan, are agitated because of this incident, because they believe that this chopping was illegal as the necessary steps before the chopping were not taken by BMC. Talking about last year, it was in 2021 only that Abhay Aazaad government actually made amendments in Protection and Preservation of Trees Act 1975. A whole lot of list was given, and that was to ensure that these kind of incidents do not take place, and specifically the protection of trees is something which becomes a priority. But the people of the area believe that that was something which was only on the paper, because reality was very different from those claims. In Mumbai, with camera person Vinayak, this is Santya for Mirror Now.